Ready? We are going live in 3, 2. Oh no, that's the wrong number. That's the wrong fingers. Okay, we're going live in 3. Oh damn it, Aaron! Stop kicking the table. Oh my god. Okay, sit still. We're going live in 3, 2. Hello, everyone. And again, this is the Big Radical, Aaron Radical Robinson, coming at you for my 4th ever podcast. I am super excited about this, but today we are going to be talking about fall 2022 fall trends coming from the Big Radical. Now, I'm actually really excited about this, but I'm also very nervous because I tend to think I'm a trendy person, but at the same time, I personally don't think so. It's one of those where I think I am, but then really you get in your head and you're figuring you're not that trendy. But I seem to have a very specific style. I like comfy, which is funny because I also like super tight and super bright. So we're going to talk about Radical's 2022 fall trends, fall fashion trends, as well as talk about some of the fall fashion trends that Vogue and some other articles brought out. And I'm basically just going to butcher the trends because when you're short like me, let's just say baggy bell-bottom pants don't work on everyone. So, and that's kind of what Vogue says. So, and again, I'm probably going to be cut out or something about saying this. But anyways, let's talk fall 2022 fashion trends with the Big Radical on Keeping It Radical. Let's go. Okay, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me again today. This is our 4th podcast, the 4th one of many, and I'm super excited about this, and I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with this, everyone. The first time was a little odd. Second time, I had my husband here. We did a podcast, him and I together. The third one, I kind of just talked to myself in a podcast room to you guys about my coming out story. And the 4th one, I am again alone in a podcast room talking about fall fashions. So as much as I like to talk, I don't know if I like to talk to myself that much. So it's a little awkward, but I feel like I'm getting better at this. So please let me know in the comments. If you're enjoying this, fabulous. If you're not, well, you know, every great person has a couple haters. So bring on the haters. But anyways, we're talking some fall trends. So I was looking at some fall fashion trends. And, you know, I like to switch up my wardrobe lots. My husband hates it, but I love it. And actually it came to a part where I turned our spare bedroom into a massive walk-in closet for myself, where I have like clothing racks. I have my shoes everywhere, which Aaron has a very... I don't have a very big shoe collection. I know people that have bigger shoe collections, but I do like my Nikes, and that's all thanks to Antonio. You know, he coached me on my first pair of Air Maxes, and now Aaron is just obsessed. But I turned our spare room into an actual closet that only I use. Scott just bitches at me all the time that it's not clean, but it's like, it's a closet. What freaking closet's clean all the time? Anyways, and also it's an excuse not to have a bed in my house so that people just don't invite themselves over all the time. But shh, don't tell anyone that. That's my little podcast secret. But anyways, fall fashion trends. So I'm looking at this Vogue website right now, you guys. And it has the fall fashion trends. And I want to know, what is everyone's opinion on ultra baggy denim? Now, I like loose and I like comfy. Now that kind of contradicts what I said that I like tight and bright. But I do like loose and comfy. But when you are a shorter individual like myself, and I'm not actually that short, like I'm 5'8", pants look different on shorter people than if like you're 5'10" to 6 feet tall. These baggy denim trends, I think, look great. They just don't look great on me. So I am not down with it. I find it looks great on other people, but it's just the baggy denim. I like the tight denim. But anyways, the baggy denim looks great on people. Tell me what you think. I'm not completely 100% sold on it, but however, leather jackets have come back in this year. And I'm always down for some leather. Actually, I've been debating about buying myself a pair of actual leather pants and like bring out my inner Buffy the Vampire Slayer like season 5. But I really want a pair of leather pants. But leather jackets are coming back, and they're coming back longer, like almost trench coat style, and I love a fucking coat. Ooh, sorry, I swore. I love a coat. I love trench coats. I love just any type of coat. I think coats are a massive style upgrade, a massive accessory, and it's also fall. Who doesn't like a good coat? So this leather coat thing and more of the trench coat feel and look, I'm loving. But I do like the fabric. I really like my fabric bomber jacket. So this is where I think I'm going to have to experiment a little bit this season with bombers as well as more trench coat feel. Now, I'm not a trench coat kind of guy. My husband is. He loves a good trench coat. And it's so funny. He puts on his trench coat and he wears his clickiest shoes. And when I mean clickiest, I mean he walks in them and they make a click, click, click. He loves it. That is his total vibe. For me, I'm like, oh my God, give me a nice pair of runners, a nice bomber jacket, and like maybe a pair of not maybe a pair of trousers, because I do wear pants, but like a nice pair of like trouser pants, and I'm ready to go. I am all for the business casual look as well as comfy look. So if you want to see me in like a 3-piece suit, you either have to get married or the opposite of get married, because that's the only time I will wear a suit. Or for a good Christmas party. Century 21 Masters has been throwing some pretty decent Christmas parties. Actually, the whole time I've been with Century 21 Masters, they throw the best Christmas parties. Perfect opportunity for a suit. Is Aaron going to wear a suit every day while showing homes? No. And I'm sorry, but if that's what you want, that is not what you're going to get, because I sweat like a hooker in church everywhere I go. I'm going to sweat through that $1,000 suit. And I don't think you want to see that. I don't think anyone wants to be in that state of mind with me while I'm sweating through a suit. So the business casual look, I am all for. There is one other trend, and it is bigger, better bomber jackets. And I just said I love a good bomber jacket, but I think the puffier, the better. It's like almost like my cars. I don't like small cars. I like big, girthy, boxy cars. Same thing with my jackets. I love big, girthy, puffy jackets. So this whole bomber look, I love it in all colors. Now, last year we had a very neutral year where we had a lot more of the neutral colors. And this year, I am finding a little bit of the brighter colors, but more of the pastels as well. So now let's go on to sport clothing. So because Aaron likes the sport clothing, let's just be real. My butt doesn't fit in a whole lot of normal trouser pants anymore. So I really need to invest in stuff with some stretch. So I look a lot of places, and going to the mall is not the best place for pants for me, because I buy, say, prime example, I go to RW&Co. I love RW&Co, but I buy a pair of pants there. 9 times out of 10, I can't wear them for the first at least week to 2 weeks, because I have to go get 7 inches of it cut off, tailored, and then because I'm shorter, I have to get them tapered. So for me, having bigger thighs and a bigger butt and a smaller waist, because that waist is getting snatched, which is a whole other topic. I actually looked at my trainer. I'm like, my waist is getting too small. This is not okay, but my butt's getting bigger, so we just need to keep everything thick. But it is a real issue, and it's a real issue that a lot of people have. So there's this brand in the States, and I really enjoy them. However, I did not enjoy, well, actually, I think maybe this was me having like a blonde moment, but I didn't enjoy them not showing anything in Canadian prices. I got super excited. I was like, oh my God, that's a great price. Oh yes, I'm going to fill up my cart. And then I look at it and I'm like, I probably would have spent the same amount at Lululemon, which will say $400 to $500. Aaron, the big radical, which we'll say maybe a little bit of a stupid radical, did not realize that it was in US dollars. So that is not a positive for the website, but their clothing is amazing. Just make sure you know the price of what it is. But it is ASRV, and I absolutely love them. And actually what I'm noticing is they stayed with the trends. They were very neutrals. Their creams, their whites, their charcoals, the greens, even some like darker pastel blues, but they didn't go a whole bright. This fall lookbook, let me tell you, you guys, there are pinks, there are peaches, there are pastels, there are reds. I'm absolutely loving it. But it is a sportwear company, and I just find their stuff fits really, really well. I wish they would come to Canada. Can you just open up a store in Canada? Anyways, ASRV. I'm absolutely loving them. And they are actually coming out with a little bit more of a business casual look for after the gym. So it's more of a performance brand, I feel like. But they are coming out with clothes that are a little bit more business casual. So sometimes, or when you look at Lululemon, you can go super sporty, but then you have your ABC pants for guys. And now they come in joggers. They come in normal pants. I was there the other day. They have pants that actually look like real denim, but they are stretchy Lululemon pants. So a lot of brands are coming together and being like, okay, we're very sporty. We want to kind of maybe look at a whole new different demographic of people that maybe aren't into all the sport clothes, but they're more business cash, and I'm absolutely loving it. So ASRV is doing this, and I really love it. The only part I don't like, hint, hint, wink, wink, is that it's only in US dollars, and Aaron always forgets about that. So then when I pay the bill, Aaron doesn't realize until his husband sees the MasterCard bill, and he's like, Aaron! Well, actually, he calls me Harvey, but he's like, Harvey, what is this? US dollars. And I'm like, oh crap, I forgot. That was more like $800 instead of $500. I don't know what you're talking about, sweetheart. So anyways, just remember that. Remember that. Fall fashions also too for this year coming up. I feel like it is going to be a big year of hats. I love hats. Hats every year seem to be a big thing, but I just feel like this fall we're going to see a lot of like really cool hats and toques. I'm all for a good hat and toque. However, again, because I sweat so much, I don't wear them. I'm wearing one today, but like it's perforated. My poor skull is having a little bit of breathing room. Okay, so I want to know, actually, from all the listeners out there, how do you guys research your fashions? What do you look at? Do you look at magazines? Do you go online? Like, how do you find new trends? And how do you decide whether that trend is for you? The reason I ask is because I am a huge TikTok person. I'm on TikTok all the time. It's a little addictive, actually. Great for TikTok, bad for Radical Robinson. But you know, I follow a lot of fashion influencers on TikTok. And you know, the shit they put together, mind-boggling. Stuff that all I have, but I would never seem or think about putting it together. So I want to know from you guys, who do you follow for your fashion trends? And like, is it on TikTok? Is it on Instagram? I know a lot of people use Instagram. I love TikTok because you can get those whole outfits that's like, hey, sport clothes, 7 days a week. This is what? And it's in like 15 seconds and it's 15 different or 5 different outfits. I use TikTok a lot. There's actually, I'm going to try to find him, but there is this guy, and I'm a little obsessed with him. He's a little hot. No, jeez Louise. Kate, no. Kate, TikTok, we are not doing that. Where is he? But anyways, there's this guy, and he lives the minimal lifestyle, or minimalist, which is not something I think I could actually do. I don't like clutter, but I like things. And like, I have a couple of friends that are minimalists, and it's not my thing. You can see the dust everywhere. Cover that dust with some pictures, but that's just me. But anyways, there's this guy, and he puts together outfits all the time, and rings and necklaces, and I can't find him right now, but I'll find him and I'll post him in the video or in the podcast. But this is where I find my inspirations. And the reason I actually like that is instead of looking at a magazine or whatever, I can oftentimes find somebody that looks like me, my body type, my height, my kind of style, and it's just a really good resource as to when you look at magazines or you look at other different articles. A lot of times they're not my body type. I'm not very tall, so things that look great on a 6'4" person do not look great on a 5'8" person. So this is where I really utilize TikTok a lot for my fashion stuff. Again, I told everyone I have a really bad Nike shoe addiction. Oh, sorry, I hit the mic, everybody. But this is why my husband hates my shopping so much. It's because I have a lot of them. Nike shoes, I think, are probably my favorite brand of shoes. they're so comfy. And I find like with Adidas and that kind of, and those other brands, I do like Under Armour, but I find Under Armour is more of a lifting type of fashion. And for the shoes are great. I don't really find it's a lifestyle, but Nike has a very good lifestyle brand, I find, for shoes. And, you know, sometimes if you want to look really trendy in the gym, you can wear them in the gym. Like a nice pair of Nike Blazers. Ooh, high tops. Ooh. And a nice pair of like 5-inch shorts. Boy, mint. And then you can wear it out. So, I really like Nike for that. So everyone, thank you very much for joining me today for my 4th ever podcast episode. I feel like it's getting better. Please let me know. Next time I do a podcast, I think I'm not going to do it alone in a room. I think I'm going to need somebody else. Just because I like that genuine conversation back and forth. But I know I dominate the conversation the entire time. But I do like the conversation back and forth. So, you guys, thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for tuning in to all this radicalness, and it's only going to get better, and it's only going to get more radical, and I really appreciate you guys sticking with me on this journey, on this podcast, Keeping It Radical journey. Anyways, you guys, that's all I have for today. This was a short and easy fall fashion podcast, and you know what? I love you all, I appreciate you all, and I want you all to stay radical. Anyways, have a beautiful day, and I will see you all on episode 5. Peace!